I understand why people cheat. And I understand why people cheat because the crazy thing is, if I ask you, hey, can I get this hall pass? And you tell me no, you're going to assume I'm doing it anyway. So I'm paying the price for an action I've never done.
Okay.
And if I'm going to pay the price for an action that I've never done, I might as well just do it. And if I do it and we can recoup or rebound from it, great.
Are you going to be okay with yourself if you actually do it?
Yes, I would be okay with myself because it was what myself had wanted to do in this scenario. Or in fact, if my girl said, hey, listen, I cheated, this is what happened. Will I take her back from it?
You wouldn't.
She has a better chance of me taking her back.
I don't know. That sounds real good. Like, I cheated. This is what happened.
Nah.
Like, as an open-ended statement to like clear, like that sounds good to me.
What I'm saying is, she would have a better chance of me taking her back than for me to treat her different had she had asked me to do it. I mean, treat her right than if she had asked me to do it.
If she had communicated with you.
Yeah, if she communicated it with me knowing myself, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Then she says she wants to go on a girls trip. My antennas are ringing, right? And it's not going to be a space where she's going to be able to operate comfortably. If she does cheat and I do take her back, it's something I'm going to have had to accept, move forward from, and I'm not going to bring that with me, which means I will be able to treat her as if it never happened because I found a way to forgive her. She's going to pay the price more if she didn't do it.
But that's the after effect, right?
Yeah.
That's the after effect. We're trying to talk from the communication part, right? Before it happens, with the pre-invention, right? Can you trust somebody in reality that you can't communicate with? We had a quick conversation earlier, Amanda, you and I, right? You were saying that you've been in a relationship where the communication was incredible.
Okay, so yeah.
But what was that like? But the relationship didn't, you communicating was ending too. So that was a good communication.
Okay, so my best relationship, I had amazing communication there because we were friends. We started off as friends. And I mean, I feel like our whole relationship kind of kept that same friendship. So I think that's why it was the best for me. It didn't work out for a number of reasons. Communication was not one of them.
But what can the communication solve?
That's a great question.
Well, there was okay, so y'all know I dated a girl a couple years ago. And there was a lot of little things that was just not going to work for me.
It didn't answer the question.
It doesn't answer the question because it doesn't have anything about it. Communication could not have solved
But what is
the issues.
What is something that communication can't solve that you've experienced?
No, that's a great question. What is it that communication can't solve? Because everybody is communication. Communication is supposed to be the fucking everything. What is it that communication cannot solve?
Okay, so it was a lack of them being themselves. Like they weren't able to be their true self 100% of the time, which was annoying to me because this was the first time I've come out of myself to date someone I would not have usually dated. And I was very open to this experience and they weren't 100% with it.
Are we talking about coming out the closet?
Correct. But like to some people and then not to others. So it was just like we wouldn't have the same relationship 100% of the time. So we'd have to act a certain way with like certain people and then we'd be okay with other people. And it was just like, all right, I cannot.
That's actually pretty dope when you think about it, right? Enrico always says this all the time. You half your niggas can't be yourself. Like maybe being yourself is probably one of the highest form of communication. Being who you are might be the highest form of. I like this, Amanda. Maybe this is a little bit okay. Maybe being yourself is the highest form of communication. Because if you can't be yourself, how could you communicate with someone? Because if I want to go out and I want to sleep with somebody, I'm being myself. I want to be able to be myself and be like, yo, I wanted to do this shit. I'm not going to do it, but I just want you to know that I thought about doing it.
I would do it. If I wasn't with you, I'll go fuck her right there. But I'm with you. So I'm not gonna do it. That's because I love you and I respect you. Because then I also know you wouldn't let me.
And I would have been like,
that's fair.
thanks, babe, but you don't have to say things like that. You
Yeah,
could
I
just
think-
shut the fuck
I
up.
like that kind of relationship though.
like,
Honestly, like, I mean, I don't think I could deal
people
with
just
it
be
if she was-
opening their mouth.
if my
Like,
girl's
for
like,
what?
I love you, but if I wasn't with you, I let him fuck me doggy style.
What is the point of saying things like that? I don't understand. What is the point? You just want to let me know?
No, I think I would actually prefer that though.
Right?
I would probably prefer that.
Because you like that. Would it turn you on?
No, it wouldn't turn me on.
What's wrong with her?
I'm just
Man, it's
saying.
freaky.
Would it? Because
No,
I
it's
don't
not
care to
about
hear that.
turning on. It's about the person doesn't feel like
It kind of be
they got
fun.
like if you out. Let's
How
say
does
you
it fun you
out.
understand them?
Yeah, and let's say
could
you out
understand
and
it
you
being
tell a
fun,
guy,
that's
would
what
you
I'm
tell a
saying.
guy, Dan, if I wasn't with you, I would have went to the back and I would have got a drink from this guy and he could have probably got it. Could you say that to somebody you're with? And they're like,
You know
yo, that's
why
crazy.
I wouldn't say anything like that to the person I'm with? Because I don't need them like in the back of their minds thinking that like, oh, that's what she be thinking.
But not if
Like-
that person, not if you are who you are and they love you for who you are. They
That
don't give a
part.
fuck. I love you for who you are. I expect that from you.
Mhm.
You not doing it is weird.
Oh my God, can we talk about this?
You not being yourself is fucking weird.
Yes.
Be your fucking self.
Yeah, you're in a relationship now.
I'm
and-
more happy when you're yourself.
Yes, if we're both at the bar and I know there's attractive men here that you would find attractive that that look like one of your exes or two of your exes, and I know your type, I'm gonna ask you. Like, oh, you saw anybody you like?
If I'm asked, sure, but why are you asking? You want to have threesome?
No,
You want him to?
I'm saying that's. But I'm saying the level. No, I'm saying the level of comfort. The level of comfort and communication is there because if you see,
I was gonna
girl
say
and you
something,
see
I
me,
forgot.
and you see me looking at her, you automatically think that something's going on. But why can't we just talk about it? I'm going
Okay.
home with you. You're going home with me.
There's a
I feel like a part of being myself, though, is I know social cues and I know when to shut the fuck up. So if
Do
I'm
you?
around, sometimes when I'm around my friends, I'll say some shit like that. Like, yo, if I didn't got a man, that nigga, that's who I'd be on tonight. But if I'm with my man, I'm not gonna say
You
that.
wouldn't say it like that, but you can't. You can't.
I would not feel the need to say that at all because that is who I am.
Okay.
Even if I had the thought, I'm not letting the thought come out of my mouth.
she's a Gemini. That's how they operate.
But again, see, but that's
And I
appreciated.
don't really think that there's
because-
anything wrong with that. That's
but-
not hiding who I
Actually,
am.
it's not because you know who you are. You're being yourself, right? So some people, and this is probably one of the hardships in relationships. Some people's whole thing in relationship is to avoid conflict.
That's whack. I
That's
can't be with
all
you.
they do in a relationship is they try to avoid fucking conflict. And they're like, yo, you know what? I don't even want to smoke. And especially men. Be like, yo, what happened? Yo, went to the strip club last night. Be like, yo, what you about to, yo, you know what? I don't even want to hear this shit.
Mm-mm.
I got to deal. It could be 100 different things. And it's like, yo, why don't you just tell her you went to the strip club? Bro, just tell her it was at your house. You had a flat tire. This shit happened.
Oh, that's
I
how the
cannot
lies
deal
start.
with this shit
Keep that
because
up.
I don't want the
Don't want
fucking
that.
problems. And that's a lot of people, and that shit happens.
Yep.
Because most men are jammed up when it comes to communicating. It is, I think we joking, but we're not. It is really difficult for men to just be like, yo, this is what's happening. And then because y'all punish us because we can't communicate, I think then men become possessive.
I don't
What
even
were you
remember the
saying?
2 words that you just
I was
said.
gonna say that the problem I also think that happens is that communication is valued more from people who are depth thinkers and overthinkers. And it's not valued as much as people who are just surface level thinkers. And then what happens is when somebody who has more depth than someone that they have a hard time communicating because the person who's just a surface minded person cannot have that type of communication with somebody who can go into the depths of the conversation. So like for me, I am a overthinker. I am extremely watching every single thing. So I need you to display who you are, communicate who you are, stay consistent with who you are, and allow me to know what's happening in that moment or moments because I don't need to formulate something by myself because I will. Right? So for me, it would help ease whatever might be happening and help prevent any arguments. Now, I dated a person who was a surface-minded person. I can tell this person the smallest thing. Why are you late? My dog shitted in the house. Oh, okay. And that's as far as it goes, but really it's like, with that type of person, you end up at a struggle with communication because you're not even practicing having a tough conversation because you don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
In a sense, is a little bit of misery, but again,
Misery.
yeah, if you're with somebody that you can't communicate with, but again,
Well, the person just takes advantage. I don't think it's misery. You just end up taking advantage because you don't have
you
to.
actually don't when you think about it. Because I'm thinking about what Amanda was saying about being yourself is one of the biggest form of communication, right? Some people just don't verbally communicate.
Yeah.
Some people are really great communicators with their actions. Some people might be like, you might say something like, damn, that's a crazy ass new coffee or something, whatever. And they communicate their whole communication is action. And if you pay attention to the cues of their action, they're better communicating than somebody that might just be talking.
I agree with that.
Do you see what I'm saying? Some people are great communicators with just action. They can't fucking mumble 3 words to tell you something, but their actions actually overpower their communication. If that makes any sense.
Some people can't comprehend shit, and it don't matter how much you communicate with them. I can tell you 17,000 things in 17,000 ways, in 17,000 different tones. You're still not going to understand it because I realize some people don't want to understand shit. They want to believe that they're right. They want to believe that whatever it is that they've, gathered in their mind is the truth. And they want to stick to what they know or what somebody told them or what some podcast told them about men. And it doesn't matter what you communicate. Some people are cemented in being stuck in, I don't want to use a harsh word, but stupid. Like you stuck there. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter. I tell you what it is. I could be honest to God, or I could be calm.
So I'm gonna build on that real quick. You ready?
Mhm.
Hard-headed, stuck on stupid, got you tired as fuck, right? Talking crazy shit. Rome, you listening?
I'm here with you.
You ready, Rome? You ready?
You trying to
ready?
rile me up?
11:37 p.m. You hear some music popping, You get in the room, she get on top of you. She fucks and sucks and communicates properly. By the time you wake up in the morning, you didn't even remember what the fuck happened yesterday.
That's why I'm here. And she needs to stop fucking me.
Again, communication is different, right? Some women communicate at an A+ level through sex. Some women's sexual communication is so fucking good that they're like, yeah, I don't. What the nigga was saying? He said something about going to Canada tomorrow. She don't know nothing, but you know what she did? She went to Victoria's Secrets. She got the motherfucking smell goods. She got this, she got that. By the time all communication was done between 11:30 and 12:30. That was it.
That's called manipulation.
Yeah, I was like, that's sexual
Wait, did you say the
manipulation.
same thing as me, Marie? Thank you.
I'm just saying, some people communicate great in the bedroom. Some people communicate great with finances. Some people communicate great with words, but all of them are still communication that could control people.
Well, I don't think that's communication.
It's not genuine communication.
It's called manipulation.
Yeah.
You can manipulate a man with sex, of course.
Not all.
Not all. I said A.
Okay.
You can manipulate a man with sex.
Not Rome.
I'm just saying, because
I was like, I don't fuck 1,000 women. Like, what are we talking about? You gonna manipulate me with what?
with what?
Some pussy.
Some day old pussy? Get out of here.
Been there.
You know.
Look, you see him shrug?
No, it's a no. Look at his mouth.
Yo, y'all niggas is so. All right, ladies. Let me tell you something. First of all, they both full of shit. I'm gonna tell you why.
To who?
What?
I'm gonna tell you why they both full of shit. They're gonna enjoy it. The difference is, this is where they get the credit. Once that nut is out their body, all the good senses come back.
I got a hand.
It doesn't last.
What good senses? Alan, Lil Wayne said it best. Once I come to my senses.
There you go.
I wasn't thinking until I nutted. Once I nutted, I realized
You back to your senses.
No,
You gotta get up, get dressed, and go back outside.
no, I'm not coming back inside. Like, I'm at my senses. I'm not under a hypnosis spell.
Yeah, I don't.
You hypnotized for about 20
But I mean,
minutes.
that's not really communication because whatever problem you had, it's still there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's it. Don't
It's
make
just
Thank you, DV.
I think
like-
with communication, I think we're
Domestic.
it's a
mixing,
distraction.
communication with like
Not-
proper conflict
know.
resolution skills. Because I think if you have that, then that's way different than just communicating. Because like you communicate the problem, but you still got to fix it. Like just because you communicate, you still have to fix that problem. I think that's where we're not going over like that.
So that will go on what the question Amanda was asked, right? Amanda, if there's a conflict, some conflicts cannot be resolved. You're just good at communicating part A, part B. Can we fix the shit that you're talking about?
And you have to know how to resolve them. Like if you're a poor communicator, well, if you're poor,
What if you're a great communicator, but you're terrible at fixing conflict?
I'm like, what are you getting at? If you're poor, what does
Yeah,
poor
yeah.
have?
Poor
I was like,
communicator.
What does it matter if you don't have any money?
No, a poor communicator. If you're a poor communicator, but you can't fix the conflict, what the fuck does it matter?
yeah, because you're just going to be going in a circle, really. Because me screaming how I feel doesn't mean nothing if nothing comes out of it. There's no solution out of that. I told you how I feel. You're still doing the same dumb shit.
You know, comprehension overrides communication. And sometimes you don't need to communicate when I can comprehend or communicate as much when I can comprehend.
I agree with that.
When you can't comprehend, you have to somebody has to over communicate. Now, if we start focusing and stop saying, "Oh, communication is key," and start saying
Comprehension is
"Comprehension
key.
Gotta start asking people, how's
What
your
did you hear?
what's
Yeah.
your comprehension
what-
skills?
like, because if I say something, and I've said it here at the table, and I won't say who is business, but I can say something like, if a man cheats, he was just at a low period in his life, and then I could get a response of, so he doesn't love his woman. It's like comprehension is key. That was never communicated, right? So what happens is if I'm able to say, hey, listen, right now I'm just in a tough moment, and I just need a break, right? I just need
I need some breathing
I need
space.
a breathing space to relax. If a woman cannot comprehend and she equates that to, so you don't want to be with me no more, you don't love me, she does not have the ability for you to even have a successful communication within your relationship because she cannot comprehend what you're saying. Now, if she doesn't comprehend and responds with questions so she can understand,
She's trying to get.
so that's a whole different ball game. But I feel like the best partners don't have to have much communication because they comprehend each other more than I guess the average relationship.
So, because people don't even understand what's going on. They don't even comprehend. They don't understand. They're just going and they're going and they're going and they're going. So then it goes back to Desiree's like, yo, I can't comprehend why you want to sleep with somebody else. I'm out. So you're like, I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it.
Mhm.
And when you really think about it, people who could comprehend shit are probably the most faithful, loyal, and the strongest people you could build with because they have such comprehension skills. They're like, oh shit, like Rome might be judged. He's definitely gonna be judged for that part, but he's like, yo, I could comprehend this shit. There's other people in this world outside of me. There are other things that you're gonna want outside of me. My comprehension is so strong. I'm not saying I'm giving you the green light to do it, but I have a great ability to comprehend shit. That's why probably a lot of time a nigga be like, yo, why you cheat on Shorty? She can't comprehend the fact that I'm on tour. I'm on the road. She really asking me to be faithful and loyal. I'm on the road. Like I'm on tour.
They're like, wait, hold
Because yeah,
So I
no, you went
agree with
somewhere
that.
else with that.
No, but what I'm
Nah,
trying to
you was
say,
there.
but what I'm trying to say
No,
is
you went
that
somewhere else.
I think
You're not
that
reading you're not reading the room or reading in between the lines. In fact,
like
you're reading a
yo,
different book.
like you gotta read the cues as fast as you can. So maybe the people who do comprehend it are probably the ones that are probably the best people to be in a relationship with because they get it.
do you ladies in your relationships,
Thank you.
right, feel as if you're able to read the body language of your partners or ex-partners very well
Mm,
Like,
maybe.
have you studied your partner?
to a
Like,
point where you can understand without him
Like
having
if
to
something's
speak
off.
a lot
Yeah.
of things. Yeah, the things about him. Like maybe he's extremely happy. Maybe he needs to rest. Maybe he needs, you know, somebody to confide in, or maybe he just needs some affection.
Maybe he's cheating. Yeah, I know. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be if you're an observant person in general, because you could look at your friend and be like, okay, something's off, or, you know, like a family member or whatever. But yeah, I would say, yeah.
Like if let's say you're in a relationship, right?
Mhm.
And let's say that the last 3 days he hasn't been responding to you as much, right? Like you
Mhm.
ask him questions and he's kind of giving you one word answers or short answers. Um, how do you approach the fact that you're now reading something is wrong?
Are you going through something? Like,
Like
if no, I would ask him like,
why would
are you going? Like, if he's like me,
Like, what is wrong with you?
He was about to vent.
Jesus.
No, but if he didn't communicate that he's going through something, or, you know, it's something personal, then I would ask, like, are you going through something? If he's not going through anything, everything's fine, whatever, in work with his family, then is there tension here? Like, do we need to talk about something?
Like, you mad at me, boo?
Yeah, like, am I the problem? Like, you know?
I feel like that's like a day one question, or one of your first questions. Like, are you going through something? I think Rico's talking about you've already done that myriad of
The checklist of
yeah, you've already
everything.
done. Are you going through something? Or are we going through something?
Okay.
And is your family okay? Like, what's your next? Like, what's your next step?
What's the issue? Like, why are you
You
giving
mean if
me?
he says everything is fine?
But you still
but-
see
But
it.
I know the energy is off.
Yeah,
Then I would tell me your energy is off.
I'm actually pulling up.
No, you
Why?
no, they
live
live together.
Oh, you live together. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm pull up queen. Sorry, I like to
Okay.
pull up.
You just gonna be like, oh, your energy's off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that?
I think that like
I don't know your man.
Are you gonna say
I
something?
don't know your man. I don't know if you're gonna be like, oh, that's the one I need.
Okay.
my thing is, all right, what would you rate your communication skills
Mine
in your relationship now or like today, not prior?
today is decent,
What's
but
what is
I would only say that because I'm not good at communicating. So I overthink and I have a lot that goes on in my head, and it's like the wheels turn, and I expect people to just know what I'm thinking off of like one sentence. Like I'll say one sentence and it's like, okay, you need to get the rest, you know? And I don't really know how to express what's going on in my head
Little pieces.
because it's like
you don't even know what's going on in your
I
head?
don't know how to put it to make someone else understand what's going on in my head.
That part.
So
That part.
So how do you have a successful relationship when that's happening?
I
What number
guess
did you give yourself?
am having
Like, what's the rate?
comprehension on what?
Like, 1 to
Communication?
10.
He didn't say one. Oh, okay.
Me personally, I'm probably like a 6, 7, 6, 6. Because I could say I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm sad, I hurt my feelings, but I can't.
But beyond that. it's
Beyond
hard.
that, you got to figure it out.
I'm with you.
Like,
You got to figure it out. It's hard.
no, because if you know what's
You just don't know how to
happening
put the
and
words
yeah,
together to like
Process it.
communicate your feelings, because
Yeah.
sometimes you're still trying to figure
Understand
out your
them,
feelings.
yeah.
I got that.
that's really what it is.
I'll say I'm an 8.
Cap. It's fucking
I'm an 8 because first of all, I'm just like you. I'm not.
I can't
Wait,
communicate my
what?
feelings, but I'm an
I-
8.
No, wait. But I'm in therapy. Okay. So maybe I was at a 6 before, and I'm gonna say I'm at an 8. I'm not gonna say 10,
You jumped 2,
but I jumped 2. I jumped 2.
6.8.
No, I think I'm at an 8 for real. No, I think I for real. I think I'm at an 8.
So, with a follow up question, if you know you're like that, is it hard for your man to talk to you?
No,
For both of you.
No, it's
Questions
two.
for
It's
both
two
of you.
questions.
well, I don't got a
'Cause
man.
if you can't,
I don't got a man.
you can't process it in like a not even a timely
Yeah.
fashion, but like the way you're processing it.
Almost.
Does he have to do the same thing to you as far as like, is everything okay, and or does that seem pushy? If he's constantly asking you like, "What's up? Your energy's off. Everything okay?" You know what I mean?
No, that's not pushy. But if he's asking me direct questions, then I would know. I would answer them. I would answer them with how I feel. So it's like I don't know, whatever you just said. I don't know, we're
But you're
just
saying you can identify mad, but you can't like put more behind that. He wants more behind that. Like, does that
then
take
he would
his?
ask me to try to understand it. And then I would answer,
I'm mad because blah,
yeah,
blah, blah. Okay. That was just a question.
it was something.
I feel like I'm past the like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'm going straight to I just think it's funny that
I'm scared.
That's automatically grounds for I'm about to argue. I don't give a fuck what you think is funny. Like, I think that what happens is that sometimes we think we're better communicators than we are. And I
Are you talking about me?
I always believe that when you rate yourself too high in something, right? Or you think of yourself too high in something, you kind of insinuating that there's not a lot of work to do. But if you don't have the tangible proof that the results have been working in your favor, maybe you should be like, I got something more work to do. Like me, I think I'm a great communicator. However, sometimes I am too direct and too passionate where it can be misconstrued. My delivery, right, which is a part of communication, can take away the greatness of my communication.